In the roaring, dust-kicked arenas of 1970s kung fu cinema, where fists flew like thunder and legends were forged in celluloid, a different kind of power often shone through. It wasn't the power of breaking boards, but of a subtle glance. It wasn't the strength of a battle cry, but the quiet dignity in the face of chaos. While the names of her male co-stars became synonymous with martial arts itself, her presence was the emotional anchor, the heart, and the soul of some of the most iconic films ever made. She was more than a damsel in distress. She was a witness, a confidant, a partner, and a pioneer. This is not just the story of an actress who stood beside giants. This is the story of a graceful warrior who carved her own unique and enduring legacy in a world dominated by fists and feet. This is the life of Nora Miao. Long before she was Nora Miao, she was Chan Wingman, a girl growing up in the vibrant, bustling British colony of Hong Kong. Born on February 8, 1952, her formative years were set against a backdrop of rapid modernization, yet deep-rooted Chinese traditions. She attended St. Teresa's School Kowloon, a prestigious Catholic girls' school, which instilled in her a sense of discipline and poise that would later become her trademark on screen. Unlike many child stars, Nora's path to acting wasn't a desperate climb from poverty, but rather a gradual drift towards a world that captivated her. In the late 1960s, as Hong Kong's television industry began to bloom, she found herself drawn to it, starting with small roles in television dramas. These were her apprenticeship years. She learned the rhythms of a set, how to hit a mark, and how to convey emotion under the bright, hot lights. It was here, in this nascent medium, that she was spotted by scouts from a new, ambitious studio that was ready to challenge the established Shaw Brothers empire, Golden Harvest. Recognizing a unique combination of natural beauty, intelligence, and a compelling screen presence, Golden Harvest did something remarkable for the time. They signed the young actress, now using the stage name Nora Miao, to an exclusive multi-film contract. She wasn't just another pretty face. She was one of the studio's first contracted actresses, a strategic investment. Little did anyone know, this investment was about to pay off in a way no one could have possibly imagined, thanks to another rising star at the very same studio. The year was 1971. Bruce Lee's The Big Boss exploded onto screens, shattering box office records and catapulting its star into the stratosphere. In the midst of the action, sharp-eyed viewers might have spotted a young Nora Miao in a small, almost fleeting role as a local drinks vendor. It was a humble beginning to one of the most significant partnerships in action cinema history. But it was in 1972's Fist of Fury that their on-screen chemistry truly ignited. Nora was cast as Yuan Liu, the gentle and compassionate love interest of Li's character, Chun Jun. The film was a seismic event, a powerful narrative of national pride and revenge. And at its emotional core was a scene that would become cinematic legend, a tender, heartfelt kiss between Chun Jun and Yuan Liu. This was not just any kiss. In an era where such displays of affection were rare in kung fu films, and given Bruce Lee's almost mythical, untouchable persona, this moment was revolutionary. Nora Miao, with her quiet sincerity, made the moment feel authentic and poignant, not gratuitous. To this day, she holds the unique distinction of being the only actress ever to share an on-screen kiss with Bruce Lee, a moment frozen in time, securing her place in film history. Their collaboration reached its artistic peak later that same year with The Way of the Dragon. As Chun Qinghua, the cousin who welcomes Li's character to Rome, Nora's role was more fleshed out. She was the audience's guide, the relatable character in a foreign land. She displayed a wider range, from comedic frustration to genuine fear and relief. Off-camera, Nora was a first-hand witness to Li's genius and his humanity. She saw the meticulous choreographer who planned every move, the perfectionist who demanded the best from everyone, and the generous star who, as she and others later recounted, would personally ensure stuntmen injured on his sets received medical care, often paying from his own pocket. She appeared in all three of his completed Hong Kong films, The Big Boss, Fist of Fury, and The Way of the Dragon, a record no other actress can claim. She was there, not as a side note, but as an integral part of the foundation upon which his legend was built. The tragic end of Bruce Lee in 1973 left a void in the cinematic world, and for Nora, it meant the loss of a colleague and a friend. But for the actress, it was also a crossroads. Would she be defined solely by this partnership, or could she forge a path of her own? In the aftermath of Bruce Lee's passing, the Hong Kong film industry scrambled to find the next Bruce Lee. Nora Miao, however, possessed something rarer, proven versatility. She didn't need to be the next anyone. She was already a star. In 1976, she demonstrated this by starring in New Fist of Fury, a film that sought to continue the legacy of Lee's classic. Her co-star was a young, energetic, and still finding his style Jackie Chan. This was a symbolic passing of the torch. Nora, as Mao Li heir, provided the connective tissue, the link to the original film's gravitas, while Chan brought his own unique physicality. Although she would not have known this in the moment, history would later recount how she had worked with the two most iconic figures in kung fu cinema. Throughout the rest of the 1970s, Nora became one of the most reliable and sought-after leading ladies. She was the female lead in the truest sense, her presence lending credibility and emotional weight to a film. She starred in numerous classics like Snake and Crane Arts of Shaolin, The Invincible 8, and the action crime thriller To Kill a Jaguar. She also developed a strong on-screen partnership with actor Ko Chun-sung, appearing with him in several films, proving her appeal wasn't tied to a single co-star. But perhaps most importantly, she defied typecasting. While she was one of the queens of kung fu, she also traveled to Taiwan to star in romantic and dramatic films, showcasing a softer, more vulnerable side and proving her range extended far beyond the action genre. By the late 1980s, after a prolific two-decade career, Nora began to consciously step back from the relentless pace of filmmaking, quietly preparing for a new chapter far from the glare of Hong Kong cinema. If Nora Miao's professional life was a vibrant tapestry woven on the silver screen, her personal life has been a masterpiece of privacy and quiet intention. In an industry known for its scandals and whirlwind romances, Nora consistently kept her private life out of the headlines. We know she comes from a close-knit family. Her brother is Ricky Chan, though she has always been discreet about their relationship. In a choice that fascinated many, she never married, charting a course that was unconventional for her generation. She dedicated her youth to her craft and her independence. In the 1990s, she made a profound life change, leaving the frenetic energy of Hong Kong for the calm, multicultural mosaic of Toronto, Canada. This wasn't a retreat, it was a reinvention. She embraced her new home, first hosting an evening television show for CFMT, and then finding her true second calling in radio. To this day, fans in the Greater Toronto area can tune in to hear her familiar, calming voice on CCBC Radio, where she hosts Coffee Talk. It's a fitting role for the woman who once shared intimate conversations with Bruce Lee on screen. Now she shares them with her listeners, discussing life, culture, and community. And while she semi-retired from acting, she never fully closed the door. She made selective, often playful, cameo appearances in the 21st century, such as in 2008's Run Papa Run, the 2012 comedy Vulgaria, and as recently as 2020 in the social drama I'm Livin' It. These appearances were like hellos to her loyal fans, a nod to her legendary past. Now in her 70s, Nora Miao resides in Toronto, a world away from the film sets of her youth. She has built a life defined not by the fame she achieved, but by the peace and purpose she cultivated after it. So, what is the legacy of Nora Miao? She is an integral part of cinema history, her image forever linked with Bruce Lee's, not as a footnote, but as a crucial component of the emotional narrative that made his films so powerful. She is a versatile artist who successfully transitioned from the world of high-kicking action to heartfelt drama, and then from film star to a beloved voice in her community. And perhaps most importantly, she is an inspiration for navigating fame with integrity, for valuing privacy in a public world, and for having the courage to build a fulfilling life entirely on her own terms. In the annals of martial arts cinema, the stories will always be told of powerful fists and unstoppable kicks. But let them also tell the story of the graceful warrior who stood beside the giants, whose strength was in her soul, and whose legacy was written not in broken boards, but in the unforgettable moments she gifted to the world. Thank you for watching. If you have a favorite Nora Miao memory or film, please share it in the comments below. And do not forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the legends of classic Kung Fu cinema.